Hi, and welcome to my first singing teaching video. Today we're going to be talking about solfege. So what is solfege? Basically, it means that every note of a scale is given a unique syllable. So as you can see in the example below, each of the notes has a different syllable under it, except for the last one because these two are technically the same note. So you can see the first note has do, second is re, third is mi, fourth is fa, fifth is so, or just so. You don't need to pronounce the L. And the sixth is la, and the seventh is ti. Now, solfege comes with a lot of practice, especially when you start jumping in music a lot. It's just a matter of practice, which I have a little bit at the end. So there are two types of solfege. The first one is the fixed do system. So do is the tonic, if you watch that video, the tonic, so the first note of the scale. That basically means that syllables are, in the fixed do system, that means that syllables are always assigned to the C major notes. So as you can see on the left, this is an example of a fixed do system. So as you can see, both of these keys are not C because they have a certain number of sharps and flats that does not equal 0. So this one, in this case, it's A flat major, and this one is G major. As you can see, A flat would be this note, and instead the C is actually the do, so you start on la, and in this case the C is the do again, despite the key being G major. Now we go on to movable do, which is the more common one. So that means the do is always the first scale degree. As you can see, this key is actually C major this time, so it starts on C, and so it starts on do. And as you can see for this one, this is the B flat major, and so it does not start on do because it does not start on B flat. But as you can see, there's one instance of the B flat here, and that is the do, and everything else in relation to that do is labeled as follows. So right above do, the second scale degree would be a C, so that's you going do, re. A fourth down would be so, which is why it starts on so. Now we have some practice. So the first practice is in C major, and I want you to take about 5 seconds just to look over it and just get the feel for it. Okay, I think it's good. So as you can see, I put down all the note names under the notes. I didn't put the scale degrees or the solfege as a good practice. So I'll go through this with you now. So I don't have a piano around me, but I'm just going to assume do is do. So in relation to this do, we can find the other notes based on steps because this is pretty stepwise. There's no big jumps. So let's start. Do, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do. So in this exercise, we used up to the 5th scale degree, which is so. So as you can see, for every C, I sang do. For every D, I sang re. For every E, I sang mi. For every F, I sang fa. And for every G, which there's only one, but for every G, I sang so. And that's how you kind of get used to it. You kind of just play around with the solfege. And I have one more practice coming up. Practice number 2, this one's in D major. I'll assume D is do, re, da. That can be a D. This time I didn't even put the note names, so it's a little bit more of a challenge. And this one also does not end on D, which is why it might sound weird, but let's give it a go. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay. Da, go with that. Do, do, re, do, re, mi, re, do, re, do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, re, do, See, it ends on re, which is why it sounds a little more strange. But yeah, this one we only used up to mi actually. So for every D, I did do. For every E, I did re. And every F, I did mi. And then based on the notes, I found my solfege based on the do. So both of these examples actually use movable do. You can use fixed do, but it's a little more challenging in my opinion. So yeah, that's the video, and thank you so much for listening.